historic move for XRP that may shift its price all the way from $2.13 to over $11,898, as over $654 trillion is set to enter the XRP ledger, and XRP is said to become the SWIFT dollar for transactions. In fact, one of the largest burns is also set to take place on the XRP ledger on June 27th at exactly 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that will result in not only the supply shock for XRP due to a massive burn and a massive influx of money, over $654 trillion with, but we will also see a major spike for XRP's price, potentially reaching as high as $11,898. Now, you may think I'm crazy. In today's video, we are going to talk about two specific things. First, the price of XRP, but then phase two is how much XRP should you hold by June 27th, 11:59 p.m., which is the exact time that this event is set to unfold. And this all goes back to a bigger picture here, and that is the XRP and Ripple co-founder Arthur Britto, which envisioned this exact moment. He envisioned XRP at a global scalable level, which is again facilitating over 650 trillion, again having that massive supply shock, having that massive burn. He envisioned XRP with these instances at over $10,000 per XRP. And we are also seeing multiple, and I say multiple because I'm going to show you guys there are numerous outlets, numerous institutions, including the managing director of Vail Capital, predicting and really analyzing that XRP could be worth between $10,000 and $35,000 per XRP after regulation and after it's determined to be the world's bridge currency. And what we're seeing right in front of our eyes is everything unfolding right now with CBDCs, known as central bank digital currencies, launching on the XRP ledger, integrating on the XRP ledger, and global central banks officially announcing that they want to use XRP to transition payments across borders, with one of the most recent ones being closer to home, which is the United States Central Bank and the United States Federal Reserve, as well as the United States Treasury, the possible facilitation of payments for all the global United States debt using XRP, and the launch of a crypto strategic reserve that will consist of mostly American cryptocurrencies, which mainly include XRP, as XRP is the largest American-based currency to exist. Now, as we talk about this, again, the date in mind is June 27th. And there's a lot of things happening. We talked about 650 trillion, but we also talked about the largest burn. And if you guys didn't know already, all of this is being facilitated using a massive institution that officially announced a couple of weeks ago the launch on the XRP ledger, and then the plan to tokenize and transact over $654.39 trillion onto the XRP ledger using their native token, which is the real token. Now, this is a massive step in every word and every make possible. The real token is going to facilitate $650 trillion on the XRP ledger, and they've announced that on June 27th, a massive occurrence will happen, and that is the real token burn will consist of up to 80% of the total phase 1 supply that's going to transact the over 650 trillion. This means that on that date, not only will we see a supply shock for the XRP currency as a result of the trillions going into the ledger, but we're also going to see it because of the massive burn. Because think about it like this, the real token is about to get burnt 80% of the supply. At the same time, the real token is what's going to transact the $650 trillion and bring it onto the XRP ledger. Due to its very shortage of supply and due to the massive purchase demand for the real token to transact it, we are going to see the real token skyrocket. I mean, potentially hit in the tens, potentially hundreds, maybe even millions of dollars per real token from 2 cents. And again, this is not my words. Look at Grok AI. Everybody knows Grok ChatGPT, and we got to do some simple math here. It says real token phase 1 supply of 100 million. What would the real token price be if 654.39 trillion is injected into the market cap? And again, this is all in the XRP ledger, and I'll tell you guys how this is going to directly impact the price of XRP very shortly. But at this scale, we are looking at $6.5 million per real token. Now, let's say it only injects 2% of the 654.39 trillion goes into the market cap instead. Take a look at the price. If only 2%, then at that rate, the price of real token will be $130,000 per token. This is what we're talking about. I mean, this is why I'm packing my bags, guys. I'm buying this, of course. I gotta tell you, gotta be transparent here. I'm trying to accumulate as much real tokens as I can. I mean, this project is very early in the game. They are officially tokenizing real estate. They're going to inject 654 trillion. There's going to be a massive burn. So we're pretty much guaranteeing a supply shock here because of the massive burn that's about to happen on June 27th. And as we get closer to the date of June 27th, the price of XRP will in fact skyrocket, but the real token will surge substantially more. I mean, we are going to see real token skyrocket in the next couple days, and it's going to get crazier and the price will get higher as we get closer to June 27th. Crazy enough, the RealFi ecosystem and the RealFi team, which again is native to the real token, so real token is native to the RealFi team, has announced that the phase 1 burn is scheduled for June 27th at exactly 11:59 EST. This event may result in the potential supply shock for both real token and XRP. But why is that the case? Well, think about it like this, guys. To buy real token, to transact, you must buy XRP. This means that $650 trillion are going to end up into the real token. It's actually all going to have to flow through XRP, which is going to result in XRP having a massive demand. I mean, a massive amount of demand. We're also going to see the burning of XRP substantially as a result of real burning. Why is that the case? Because every single time you do a transaction, including a burn transaction on the XRP ledger, you are actually burning XRP in the process as well as gas fees. So real token is about to experience a massive burn, and as a result, because they're doing a massive burn, there will be a massive amount of gas fees that they have to pay, which again will decrease the supply of XRP. So as a result, real token is going to skyrocket and XRP is going to skyrocket, and while XRP may reach $11,898, real token is going to hit $130,000, and it's all going to happen from its current price of 2 cents. Guys, it sounds crazy, but the truth is Bitcoin was sitting at under a penny just a couple years ago, and look at where it's sitting at now, over 130,000. It has a substantially more supply than what real token has for phase 1. So we can see those numbers. 130,000 isn't as crazy as you can imagine, specifically for a utility-based project tokenizing $650 trillion, facilitating $650 trillion, built on the XRP ledger, the most economic, efficient, and payment infrastructure. And it seems like they are continuing to grow. I mean, these guys are very closely linked with Ripple. They've met with Ripple. It doesn't get better than this in terms of a project that is utility-based that actually has a real potential. And even for support, guys, take a look. There's some very strong support levels while very low resistance. This thing with $2,000-$3,000 will not only make you generational money. I mean, we're talking about here potential for, $1,000 making you millions of dollars. But imagine the price will skyrocket as a result of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 because it's still very, very early. I mean, if you take a look at these resistance levels, guys, you need, what is it, like $50,000, $60,000 to literally skyrocket the price of the real token to go into potentially tens of dollars from 2 cents. This is what we have come to, and this is the potential. Imagine, just imagine this, guys. Imagine the flow of cash, the $650 trillion that is going to go into the real token. This will bring it to, again, it's not shocking when you say, I mean, it's insane, but it's not as crazy when you're saying millions of dollars per real token. Now, again, I'll be leaving all the links down below in the description, but I want to show you guys right now the website. Of course, real token has been ranked a whopping 8.7 out of 10, which is insane on the top XRP Ledger project and exchange, which is Ban Exchange. 100% BanX score, 100% KYC score, total 3 holders is low risk. And again, they have a 1,151 wallets, which is, again, it seems a lot, but this is very, very early. Again, XRP is at 7 million. Imagine when you have 100,000, 10,000 holders, the price is going to boom. Again, my financial advice is not financial advice, always do your own research. The link for the RealFi ecosystem to learn more is payrealfi.com. I'll be linking it down below, and also where you can trade the real token. But again, this is the first ever real estate and payment unified blockchain solution. Now,